Welcome to the Make and Design Podcast. I'm your host, Carina Gardner. On this podcast, we're unraveling the everyday joys and dilemmas of design, making, and business. For makers who want to be designers and for designers who are makers, this is your inside scoop to help you grow your business and bring more creativity to your life. Hey guys, welcome to the podcast. Today we're going to talk about design and why it matters, in particular, why great design matters. I love it when I see great design out there. I love it. Like when I see something out there that is just beautiful and just beautiful patterns, beautiful colors, great symmetry or great negative space. Oh my gosh, my heart I just love it. It just makes me so happy because first of all, as a designer, I understand what it takes to get to that. But second of all, it just makes me smile. And I like smiling. I think it's pretty great to be able to smile and see something beautiful in my day. Okay, so this this came about because I was laughing because I was looking online at great design mishaps. If you ever go on Google and want to just put in I'm trying to think what I'd put in design fails, there are some great ones, okay? And some of them the designer couldn't do very much about because they didn't know. But this is one of those things where if we understand who we're designing for, what we're designing on, and understanding kind of the overall, the way it looks, this is why it matters. So there was one this was my favorite one. It was a pregnancy test ad. And it was a husband and a wife standing there. And the wife was holding the pregnancy test. And they had both shocked looks on their faces we're pregnant. But the funny thing about the ad is if you were looking at the two people, the woman looked like she was 9 months pregnant already. So that pregnancy test, probably told her that she was pregnant, but there's also a good chance she already knew she was pregnant from her very big, bulging, pregnant belly. And it makes me laugh because really great design is about visual communication. We're trying to send a message to anyone out there about a specific thing. And sometimes, we're in the surface pattern design biz, we're in the crafting biz, and sometimes the messaging is very simple. Maybe there is no messaging. It's more about negative space and how the focal points are really, working together so that your eye is dynamic and moving in certain ways. That might be all it is. But I just want to tell you that your goal as a designer is to visually communicate something, okay? And most things, even fabric lines, they can visually communicate a certain thing, right? They are showing a certain thing. So maybe it's even by the color placement, you get this idea that this is vintage, or it was something that was made in the 1970s or maybe the 1910s, right? Based on the way it's laid out and the way it looks. I was looking in a mentor meeting at someone's work, and they were showing me all these variations of something they did. It was phenomenal, by the way, if Jane is listening. And she had one where there was stroke lines, and then there was a lighter color, and then there was lots and lots of thin stroke lines. And I was like, oh, from this I am getting Art Nouveau. I can feel that movement. I can see it in it. And it's just because of the placement, the colors, the way strokes were being used. And that is the coolest thing about design. That when we start designing things, we are actually referencing other things. When you are designing something and it's very, very flat, what does it feel like? Is it flat like something that someone would have designed in advertising in the late 1800s? Is it flat like someone would design on a computer in a digital format? All of these things matter because they portray a certain feeling. And then when we layer that with color and the way the negative space is, that's how we figure out, that's how we find out what is being communicated. And And it can be feelings, right? It can be just beautiful. But that is why design is so important, because there's a functionality there that most people don't understand. They think that we're just making pretty stuff. If you're a designer here and you're just making pretty stuff, I need you to buck up and get to the next level up, which is you're trying to communicate something, okay? You're trying to communicate something, even if it's just that everything is well balanced and there's a feeling of harmony. That is still communicating something. Does that make sense? So I really think that great design does have to be functional. William Morris, who is from the arts and crafts movement in the late 1800s, it was like 1890s or so, said that he didn't want anything in his house that was not beautiful or functional. And I think he had it right. In that we should be designing and creating and making things that are both functional and beautiful. And I think when we kind of think about it in those terms, I think we can start weeding out the things in our life that even the things that are happening around us in a 3D that are not useful to us, that do not make our lives just a little bit better, that's a little bit leveled up. And that's something that I've certainly been thinking about recently. How do I level up my life and bring the things into my life that bring me more positivity, bring me more of the things that I want in my life, more of the relationships that I want to have in my life? And I think that can be huge. Okay, listen, as a designer, you have a duty to make sure that you're visually communicating the right things. And I know you can do it by creating really great design work. And if you're someone who is trying to figure out how to get to next level, you can come check out my website at carinagardnercourses.com. We have lots of different things there. See what we have up right now that you can find out and learn more about my programs and what I'm teaching and workshops that I'm doing. You can check that all out on my website, and I cannot wait to see you there.
Hey, did you know that you can visit me at makeanddesign.com to learn more about this podcast and join my VIP group for weekly freebies? I can't wait to see you there.